guys, it's Jamie and Jimbo. We love to travel, camp, spend time with family and friends, check out local foods, and especially hang out with our girls. Welcome to What a Day with J&J, where every day is a story worth sharing. On my way to work one morning, I stumbled across the cutest German cafe, Mama G's. I ended up stopping here every morning for coffee because I felt like it was a hidden gem of Sarasota. The owners are originally from Germany, and they've turned this spot into a cozy place filled with family recipes like schnitzel, bratwurst, fresh-baked pretzels, and of course, amazing pastries. It's warm, it's welcoming, and it really brings a slice of German culture right to Florida. Good evening, you guys. So I just got off work, so now it is time to check out the last stop on this amazing Florida adventure. You guessed it, Siesta Key. First off, I want to check out this area called Siesta Key Village. I've heard it's kind of similar to St. Armand Circle and that it's full of different shops and restaurant options. So I want to head there first and grab a quick bite to eat and then head to what is supposedly one of the top rated, well, actually it's the top rated beach in the United States, Siesta Key. So come along with me and let's check it out and see if it lives up to the hype. Welcome to Siesta Key Village. Siesta Key Village is a very lively area that has become the heart of the island. It's full of areas where you can shop, tropical bars, and restaurants, and it just has that laid-back Florida vibe, which makes it the best spot to start your vacation. One of the most popular spots in the village is Gilligan's Island Bar and Grill, a local landmark since 2001. The place started as a small neighborhood bar and has grown into one of the go-to spots on the island. With its tiki hut style decor, palm trees, and live music almost every night, it really captures that laid-back Florida island vibe. When I stopped in, it was a packed summer evening and there was already a wait for a table. So instead, I grabbed a seat at the bar, which honestly might be the best spot if you want to soak up the energy. Gilligan's is the kind of place where you can come straight off the beach in flip-flops and feel right at home. The menu is full of island-inspired favorites, but their fresh Florida grouper sandwich is what they're best known for. It's one of those must-try dishes that locals and visitors both rave about. Simple, fresh, and full of flavor. Between the music, the tiki lights, these cool swings that you can sit on, and the buzz of people laughing and talking, the atmosphere is electric. Dinner here was the perfect way to fuel up before heading out to the beach for sunset. The village is buzzing day and night, but once the sun starts to set, the energy kicks up a notch. You'll find karaoke bars, beachy pubs, live music, and plenty of restaurants serving up everything from fresh seafood to tropical cocktails. In the summer, the streets are packed, a mix of locals, vacationers, and everyone looking for a good time. Time to start heading to the beach. I arrived just in time for sunset. The sand here in Siesta Key Beach is famous for being some of the softest in the world. Cool to the touch, even in the heat of the day. The Gulf waters are warm, calm, and perfect for a sunset stroll. One thing I definitely noticed is that people flock to this beach for golden hour. Everywhere I looked, there were family portraits being made, maternity shoots, couples taking engagement photos. It's like the beach becomes one big backdrop. The energy is warm, happy, and a little magical. Now let's enjoy this beautiful Florida sunset together. Worried about parking? Don't be. The Siesta Key Breeze trolley loops around the island for free, so you can just hop on, hop off, no Uber needed. After dinner and sunset, I made my way back into Siesta Key Village and couldn't resist stopping at Kilwins. Normally when you walk in, you're greeted with the smell of fresh waffle cones and the sight of homemade fudge, chocolates, and caramel apples being made right in the store. But since I arrived right before closing, a lot of the treats were already sold out for the day, and I missed out on watching the fudge being made. But that's okay, Kilwins still had plenty of ice cream options ready to go, from the classics to fun seasonal flavors. The shop stays busy well into the evening, so even at closing, people were still lined up for that final scoop after a night out in the village. Siesta Key really is the perfect mix of island charm, stunning beaches, and a very lively atmosphere. I have a feeling I'll be back. Alright guys, I have made it back from Siesta Key. It really reminds me of the pier area in Panama City Beach. Lots of bars and restaurants with live music playing everywhere. Even vehicles coming down the street, they're blaring their music, their own golf carts. I mean, it is fun, lively, lots of energy. So it definitely reminded me of Panama City. So first off, I went to Gilligan's Island for dinner and had, guess what? A grouper sandwich. And I'll tell you, this is the biggest fillet of fish on a sandwich I've ever seen. And I feel like the batter was more of a panko type crust than like a beer battered fish. So it was much crunchier than, say, the fish sandwich at Frenchie's. But I actually care for the batter at Frenchie's more than at Gilligan's Island. But the fish was really good, lots of good flavor. I didn't get an appetizer tonight, so the fish was the star of the show this evening. And it came with a side of fries, and their fries were really good. Very thick fries, but still crunchy. I would say not as crunchy as Frenchie's fries, but Frenchie's fries were a little skinnier. So that's understandable, but still really good flavor. It was a nice atmosphere, very crowded. I ended up sitting at like a bar table because it was going to take like 15 to 20 minutes to get a table for one person. So it was a very crowded evening, and I just feel like that's summer in Siesta Key. So right down the street, I probably walked 5 minutes and ended up at the beach. And tonight, the sunset was amazing, you guys. Like, all my dreams came true on the last night. The sunset was incredible. I have no less than 100 pictures of the same sun in my phone. I just couldn't help myself. It was so gorgeous. So I'm so glad that I decided to go and walk down to the beach. And at first I thought that it was kind of cloudy again, so we wouldn't get to see the full sunset. But the Lord showed out, and it was gorgeous. There were so many people. Like, I thought that the other two beaches, there were a lot of people at sunset, but here, everyone flocked to the beach to watch the sunset. There were more photographers than I have ever seen on the beach. Lots of families dressed in white. Some pregnancy photos were being taken at sunset. It was just a gorgeous night. Lots of people, good atmosphere. The beach area is so deep. And I don't know if you can notice that on the videos, but you walk a good ways until you get to the water. So I don't know if it is low tide season or that is normal for the area. I'm definitely not used to such a deep beach, but the sand in Siesta Key is the sand that I have been looking for 3 days. So very powdery, soft, little to no seashells. So you don't have to worry about scratching your feet or being careful about where you step. And it was pretty compact as well. So that's why I was thinking maybe it was low tide, because the sand was pretty compact and kind of wet. But once you got out of that area, very soft, like powdered sugar. It is such a amazing feeling. If you've never been to a beach in the Gulf area of Florida, you have to go. It's gorgeous. The sand is powder white, and it feels like baby powder. It feels like powdered sugar. It is something that you really can't properly describe, but I love it. And so the sunset was gorgeous. I ended up stopping by a new ice cream place so that I could compare different name brands in the area of which one that I preferred. I went with my favorite flavor this evening, which is cookies and cream, and it was delicious. So I would say out of the three, the order of ice creams is Ice and Cream Creamery in Clearwater, Florida. The creamiest ice cream I've ever had. The flavors were so good. You could just tell that it is homemade and not like factory manufactured ice cream. And then second, I would say, is the place that I went to tonight in Siesta Key. It was very delicious. They also make fudge there, and I'm guessing you can watch them make fudge, but it was closing time, so they were kind of kicking us out because it was time for them to go home, which I totally understand. And then in third place would be the ice cream, the Olaf ice cream that I went to in St. Armand Circle last night. So those are the order that I prefer in ice cream, but let me know if you've been to any of those places and if you liked one more than the other and why and what flavor you got. I'm interested to see what you got, what flavor you guys are getting, because like the Olaf place, all of the places um, had lots of flavors to choose from. I would say tonight had the least amount, but the ice cream is better than the Olaf, big Olaf that I went to last night. But yeah, that's the third town that I will visit on this Florida trip. When I get back home, I will do kind of a quick recap of things I liked, things I didn't like of each town. So stay tuned for that. And tomorrow after work around noontime, I am headed home. So I will see you guys tomorrow and touch base with you then on which Florida beach town I think is the best.